But it looked like the helmet was not removable. Oh, they have a Nowie one too. That's the thing is like, it's like a choose your own adventure. Which statue do you want? Are they even gonna sell that many? I just have a hard time believing they would sell that much. Okay, let's see. So she said it on bleep. I'm on my streams, I'm a bit unfiltered. I just say heck it. I won't spam that word as much as I would like to, but I don't know. I
You'd like to?
lost any hex I had to give. So
You'd like to.
that's
all right.
That. Twitch bans me all the time, but whatever. I don't give a crap about Twitch.
For every rising fad, there must be a rising anti-fad, and I suppose this has become the new anti-woke. So let's talk about a new fad I've been seeing online recently that I found absolutely hilarious. Not because it's the most relatable thing or because they have the most influence, but because they make some of the most amazing content.
Are vegetables actually bad for you?
Very bad, in fact. Sweet potatoes, for example, they're full of chemicals.
Do you think that the vegetables are poisoning us?
The ones that are high in oxalate, oxalate's a very serious chemical that is essentially a poison when you eat too much of it.
What? We're gonna make our best effort to try to understand what in the hell is going on these days and what hot new products are trying to sell to average middle-aged men. My name is Richard, and I am so glad that you could be here today.
This is one of my favorite hacks as a carnivore. I'm in my car running errands all day. There is no excuse when you can get a whole rotisserie chicken from any Whole Foods market. No salt, no seed oils, and it's organic.
Quite the hack.
I work in my car. Speaking of busy mamas,
Quite
I'm
the
doing
hack.
a 6-week women's intensive with my friend Coach Rebecca Heichman. If you're a busy mama, you're too busy to focus on your health and nutrition, and you need some help to get on track, comment down below help, and I'll send you the link with all of the details to join us before we start. Excuse me while I scarf this down.
I don't know. Is that a hack? Is eating an entire rotisserie chicken in your car a hack for life? I don't know. That if a friend of mine was doing that, I'd be worried, if anything.
Let's make some pepperoni pizza. Take half a cup of mozzarella cheese and 1 egg. Mix it up real good. This is going to make 2, so put half of it in your waffle maker. Cook for about 4 minutes until it's nice and toasty and crisp. And then you're going to top it with a little more shredded mozzarella and then your pepperoni and cook again for about a minute till it's all toasty and warm. And enjoy.
You know, I've noticed this about the carnivore stuff, and boy, does it say a lot about their target demographic. They love air fryers, and they love waffle makers, and they love little kitchen gadgets. It's almost like they have a very specific target demographic of single men of a certain age.
Also, you don't really need a kitchen with an air fryer. You could kind of stay in a hotel and use an air fryer. You have to be a little sneaky because it can get kind of smoky, so it's better to get a hotel where you can cook outside of the room with a little patio, hotel, patio, air fryer, suitcase full of meat. Girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do to not have arthritis. This episode is brought to you by Better Fed Beef, where I get my meat. Given I only eat meat and have only eaten beef or lamb or bison for the last 5 years, I should be one of the most knowledgeable sources of what beef to eat in the world.
Didn't they have Brett Cooper selling beef products too? Isn't she still hawking like tallow and shit? Isn't that a huge thing with her? Like, They know, man, I gotta give the conservatives that. They know how to hit that demographic. They sure do. They sure know how to do it. Whenever I see the carnivore stuff, it always comes with this tinge of like trying to take something back from the world. There's always a story. There's always like, I was vegan, or I was this, or I used to do this, and now I'm like, there's this through line of like taking control that you see not only in this, but in a lot of like conspiratorial thinking.
Apparently they have a shelf life of, I think they say like 25 years or something like that. So it's also good apocalypse food.
You're eating spam.
What about sodium?
You're eating spam. That is spam in a
I'm
bar.
sure I could get a breakdown.
You're eating spam wrapped in plastic.
They do have, if sodium is a concern for you, which for me is not.
They're charging like $100 a box for it.
You can get the unsalted ones if you want.
Like, that's one of the issues with that whole carnivore thing, is like, you gotta either be on it or you got to not. Like, keto has the same problem because it's so much sodium. Because if you're just like on it, kind of, and you're consuming that much salt, that's gonna fucking kill you. Like, on a regular basis. Like, you eat these bars, and also, like, you kind of cheat every day, and you eat regular food, but also you eat the carnivore bars because it makes you feel like you're like half doing the diet. You're going to die.
I know some carnivores who don't add salt to their food at all. They eat, like, steak and butter gal, she doesn't. She eats unsalted butter. She eats her steaks and all that with no salt. She doesn't use any seasoning at all on anything.
That sounds awful. No seasoning? Wait, I'm sorry. No seasoning? No seasoning for steak and butter gal. Why? I feel like, can you not have... What? That sounds like torture. That sounds like actual torture. You can eat nothing but unseasoned butter and red meat the rest of your life. Speaking as a 30-year-old man, as the person for whom that diet should be tailor-made, no.
Did you know you can make carnivore chocolate with just one ingredient? Butter. Except put on it, then freeze it.
That's not, then it's not chocolate. It's just frozen butter.
Bacon fillet. Recipe and caption.
People get scared because there's bacteria in it, and they think, well, there's bacteria, that's bad for us. We actually need a healthy amount of bacteria, right? So it's
not
important
other
to
people's.
A little bit of that in that glass of milk. But I always advise my audience, people that have never drank raw milk before, you shouldn't just start with a whole huge honking glass of it, because there is live bacteria in there. You got to get used to it, and your gut used to it, or you might really have diarrhea or whatever. So I always say, start with like a shot glass a morning. Just do a quick little shot glass and then work your way up. People get scared.
Or don't. You know, half the reason to do like carnivore diets and crap like that is you're trying to cut like processed crap out of your diet. But taking like chicken flour and the pork crunch and all this stuff that comes in plastic bags, I don't know. Are you actually managing to avoid that?
James says, can you sodomize your wife, or is sodomy wrong in general? Okay, here's the thing too, is the word sodomy has changed in definition over time. So people a number of things in that versus what it counted as in the Bible. The Bible is referring to men doing things to each other sexually, or women even. It was, if sodomy was gay, was like, well, it was sexual immorality, right? Now, someone who is actually like more versed in the ancient texts, in the ancient like Greek and Hebrew, can probably elaborate better on this. I'm just going on what I've studied from years ago.
What'd you study on sodomy?
But then now all of a sudden, now originally, yeah, again, it's like I really wish I had someone who was smarter than me in the ancient Hebrew. And
I want to know the ancient Hebrew, what the ancient Hebrew texts say about sodomy. What do they say about butt stuff? I must know. You know, when it comes to any rabbit hole that makes you instantly go, why the hell do people believe in this stuff? You know, there's always a reason for it. There's always something in someone's life. There's always, I don't know. You don't have to think that what people believe is logical, but you still got to treat them like people. You still got to try to understand where they're coming from and what makes them do these things.
Didn't you have a trans friend who ran a cancer scam? Yes, that happened a long time ago. Well, I mean, years ago. They put a GoFundMe up so that they could move back. They said so they can move back close to family, which was across the country. And we're like, oh, well, they're trying to get back to all the way out there. Okay, maybe we can't visit them, but let's go ahead and like, and help out with their GoFundMe. So I did a live stream promoting their GoFundMe. Me and my best friend donated a lot of money to this person's GoFundMe because, oh my gosh, he has stage 5 stomach cancer. What we thought. Originally, this person was a dude, and I knew him as a dude on there, and then he decided to do the girl thing.
When people seek out extreme solutions to problems, when they seek to go hard right or hard left or hard in any direction, I'm not trying to speak politically, hard in any direction that veers away from where they were, there's almost always a reason for it. I think that's worth remembering. So again, everyone remember, it's all in good fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.